I want to say welcome back for some reason, but I just realized that it's my actual first video that I'm going to publish, so I guess just welcome. Me and YouTube have such a weird history, I want to say. If it was a person, it would have completely stopped talking to me by now because I keep saying that I'm going to do this, and I've actually edited a full 45-minute video before and I just didn't upload it because I didn't like it. So honestly, if YouTube was a person, they would have been like, get your act together because we can't be friends if you like this. So sorry YouTube, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna film and upload things anymore because it's better to just do things than say you're gonna do things sometimes. So that's lesson number 1 for today. But today is the first day of my self-employment. Today was the last day in the office. It was such a weird day, but I was really calm. Like, I wasn't panicking. I thought I would be really panicking yesterday, but I woke up really calm. I was kind of in peace with the fact that I'm not going to have an office job anymore and I'm not going to get paid the same day every single month, which is freaking me out a little bit today, I'm not gonna lie. But yesterday I was really calm. I've done my last shift, the last handover, dropped off my laptop and my keys, and I was free to go. And today was a very inside day. I thought the first day of my self-employment would be a really main character vibes, but it was so far from that. I'm actually still not feeling super well. I was quite sick for like almost 2 weeks now. I don't know if it was COVID or just cold or what it was, but I'm still coughing quite a bit. I've got a little chamomile tea here with me, my little emotional support animal, because my throat is still so dry. I keep coughing, and like once I start coughing I just can't stop, and it's awful. I don't know if it's COVID, I haven't tested. I don't have a way to test, I don't have any tests left, but it's been horrible and I'm still recovering, and it's a little bit better now. But honestly, I didn't feel like doing a lot today. I felt like just like lying in bed and drinking tea and just taking it slow, and I think that's a good start actually, because I don't want to be diving into things and burning myself out immediately, because I'm really notorious for burning myself out, and I just don't want to start this new chapter by being tired. So I spent today really calmly. I've watched some Gilmore Girls. I am freeing up the space on my phone because my phone is overflowing with content. I have no more space left. And I was like, if I want to film things, I need to delete some things. So I'm just transferring some things onto my laptop, into my hard drives today. It's a really boring admin-y kind of day, but I really needed it because I need to get something sorted before I do this whole thing, because I feel like my mind's kind of been cluttered. And by my mind, I mean like my office and my laptop and my phone and my mind, I guess, as well. There's some things that I've been writing down on my stories on Instagram, but also in my journal. So yeah, I feel like I just kind of need like a refresh in my surroundings and in my head as well, because this is a huge step that I'm taking, and I'm going to be responsible for myself from now on. There's no employer somewhere else that's going to be like, you're gonna get paid this day, and no manager to be like, this is what you need to do today. It's going to be very different, and I am excited for it. I am very nervous. I am quite scared, I'm not gonna lie. I've never been self-employed. I don't really know exactly what steps to take, but I'm really excited to share everything with you guys, whoever's watching. If it's 50 people watching or 1,000, I'm like super happy with that. I'm mostly filming this to kind of remind myself of the start of the journey. I'm not sure how long it's going to be, I'm not sure where it's going to go yet, but I think it's really nice to have a little visual diary of what's been going on. And I think today is a really good day to start again, because it's kind of a new chapter. It's a pretty important day, and I'm trying to get ready to go out for dinner because Matthew booked a restaurant somewhere. He's really kind, to celebrate, and I'm not really good at filming and doing makeup at the same time, so I've already done some things to my face, but I need to finish off pretty soon, so I'm gonna try and do a little bit of both, see how we go. If the position of the camera keeps changing, it's because I can't really see what I'm filming, because I'm filming with my phone and it is flipped so I cannot see, so I just keep checking if I'm actually filming. I need to improve this whole setup at some point so I can actually see what I'm filming. It could be a disaster if I'm just chatting for 20 minutes and the camera's not even on, so that's a problem for another day. But I just wanted to share kind of some thoughts that I'm having, some feelings that I'm feeling going into self-employment, like my expectations, why I'm doing it, the steps that I took towards this whole decision, and I'm not saying I'm in a perfect place to be going freelance. I don't know if anyone's ever fully ready to go freelance. Maybe some people are. I don't have a huge amount of savings, but to be fair, I've never done in my life, so I just can't keep putting this off, because if I keep thinking I need more time or there needs to be a better time, I think I'll never ever do it. I think it's the same with everything, like same as, you know, getting married or having a kid. Like, what is actually the perfect time for that? It's up to you. So I decided that I need to do this. I just need to jump into it because I am 29, I don't have a mortgage yet, I don't have kids yet, I'm not married. And I'm not saying that having those things prevents you from doing it, but for me, it just feels like the right time because I don't have too much of a commitment to someone else. I don't have a whole kid to look after, you know. If there was a good time to do it, I think it is right now, and my partner's being extremely supportive. He's being so lovely, and he said the same thing. He was like, if you want to do this, like, now is the time, and you definitely can do it, so do it. And having someone being so positive about it, honestly, is so life-changing, because if he was stressed about it, I probably would have just stayed in my job or find another job, because yeah, it just means a lot for someone to be like, you can do this, you've got this, if there's ever any struggles, we'll deal with them together. And I don't think I could have done this if I didn't have like such an amazing support by my side. So if you're watching this, thank you. Oh my god, my throat is so dry. I actually haven't spoken to anyone today. It's kind of sad, but yeah, it's a lot on my throat, so just bear with me while I sip on my chamomile tea. Okay, I guess we should actually start doing some makeup. I'm gonna try and do a bit of both. I see people do that on the internet all the time. How do you do it? How do you think and focus at the same time? I do not know how to do that yet. I had a few little notes on my phone about topics to talk about today, but my phone is being used for filming this, so we're just gonna kind of freestyle, and if something comes up to my mind, I'm just gonna chat about it. So a little bit of the background of how I've come to be in a position to go freelance. I've been always working full-time jobs since I was 19. I think 19. I think I started my first job when I was 19. And I am 29, so it's been 10 years of me working full-time. Well, I went part-time in my current job like 4 months ago. So almost 10 years of working full-time jobs. Obviously some people have worked for many more years than I have, but for me, 10 years of full-time employment in jobs that I didn't really enjoy at a time, that was plenty. I think I've done that. I'm not saying I'll never have to go back to either a part-time or a full-time job again. I might do, I don't know. At this point, I don't know much. But for me, that's been enough time to kind of understand how a corporate role works. I've worked in hospitality for over 5 years. No, more. I think I've worked in hospitality for 6 or 7 years. So hospitality's been done. I've worked as a bartender, as a bar supervisor, I've been a waitress, I've been a barista. I've done all of that. So if you ever need advice on customer service, I can give you that. I'm actually super grateful that I've worked in hospitality, because I feel like it really taught me to come out of my shell a bit, because you're forced to talk to people, especially working in a hotel. In a 5-star hotel really forces you to kind of be like, drop all of your insecurities about the fact that you are not one of the millionaires staying in this hotel. You work here and these are just people and you're a person, so you just need to talk to them and make sure they're happy and keep them happy. So working in a hotel really helped me kind of, I used to be super shy, like I would not be able to talk to anyone. Like I had my friends and like I was super good with my friends, but with any strangers, like I just couldn't do it. Super shy. And I feel like hospitality really helped me with that. I actually would really recommend working in hospitality. Hotel has so many different departments and so many different kind of guests, and it's just, I love the whole concept of a hotel. I feel like my voice is just not in a good place today. But anyway, I've been in full-time roles for 10 years and I really wanted some jobs. Like I was praying for some jobs, and once I got them and I was in them for about 6 months, I was like, this is not exactly what I thought it might be, or it was exactly what I thought it might be, but I've kind of overgrown it. There just comes a time when you feel like you can't really learn anymore from the job, and I think that's okay. I actually think that each job or like each role has its own cycle, and once you've done that for a certain amount of time, not everyone's the same, but for me it was always okay, I've done this for a year, I've done this for 2 years, what now? And I'm not the kind of person that really wants to climb the career ladder. Like, that's just not me. I don't really care about being someone's manager. I don't care about being the CEO one day. Like, I just don't really care, if that makes sense. I know it's really bad, and I really tried to care, but like, I just didn't really see a lot of meaning in it, I guess. Like, I've done, apart from hospitality, I've done marketing, pretty much marketing jobs, and whilst I love that, and like, I feel like marketing is definitely like my kind of place, and it's the jobs that I've enjoyed the most, I still didn't really feel like there's a lot of meaning to it. And I know quitting that job to be a full-time content creator doesn't sound like there's going to be a lot of meaning to it, but I really want to try and find a way to kind of make it meaningful for me. I really would like to teach some people, or like share my knowledge, learn some things and then share my knowledge, things like that. And yeah, in my jobs, in my corporate jobs, I haven't really felt like I've been making a huge difference, and I guess that was why I was a little bit unmotivated, because if you don't see the meaning in the work that you do, how can you be motivated to do it? Like, what's driving you? And I feel like there was nothing that was driving me anymore, and I really hate being somewhere where I'm unhappy but I'm not really doing anything about it, just complaining. And yeah, I've just realized, I think it just came to a point where I was like, I wanted to leave my company, but I didn't really want to apply for any other job. Like, I just wasn't excited about moving somewhere else and doing the same thing. There was nothing that just seemed exciting about being on LinkedIn and looking at all these different jobs. And like, content and photography and like having something of my own, that was the only thing that was making, like, the thought of it was making me excited and kind of like giddy. And I've been doing my Charming Wonders page for about 3 years now. It's been the only thing that I've constantly been so excited to kind of nurture and be a part of and add to, because it's my own thing. Like, I've created it from scratch, and obviously there will never be anyone else that would love it more than I do. And I guess a lot of people feel like that about their companies, but it's the only thing right now that I think I can do for a living that will fulfill me and make me feel really happy. So I pretty much had no choice. I could stay in the same field, I guess, that I was pretty good at, that I was experienced in and had knowledge of, but I just wasn't excited about it anymore. I wasn't driven. There was nothing else that I was learning, or I don't know, it just wasn't exciting, and I'm too young not to be excited about a job, okay? I feel like life's kind of just starting, and like, I don't want to be miserable at the age of 29. So I'm getting no makeup done here, by the way, so I really need to do something. So I had been part-time in the job that I just left for about 4 or 5 months, I think, and it has been better. I feel like my life-work balance was a little bit better, but there was still part of my life that I just couldn't fully focus on this side of things, because there was always things to be taken care of in my role. And going from full-time to part-time meant that I'm pretty much responsible for all of my previous responsibilities, just I have a little bit less time to do that. So it was still pretty intense. And yeah, I just decided to take a leap of faith and do something that potentially be a little bit risky, potentially might not work out. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm gonna try my best to make it work, but if it doesn't work, and if I'm super broke, then we'll see. We'll figure out the next step. But I realized now's the time, and also my favorite season is coming up. I love autumn. I feel really inspired. I really want to create, I want to photograph, I want to film, I want to travel, and I did not want to waste another autumn being locked up somewhere when I'm not really happy. And that's it. That's how I've decided to leave my job. Honestly, I feel like I should be panicking, but I'm feeling really excited and just hopeful. It's something new I've never done before. I think I really needed something new in my life, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. Okay, I think I don't really have much time to get ready, so I'm gonna start doing that right now. And I guess we can chat about some plans that I have for this autumn and things with my unemployment or self-employment, I guess, that I want to do that I didn't really get a chance to do before. This is gonna be hard to do at the same time. What brush do I use for this? I think it's this one. So first of all, I would really love to travel more this autumn. Scotland is insanely beautiful in, I'd say October, November is the best time to be traveling around Scotland because the leaves are just incredible colors. Everything's orange and red and green and just so beautiful. In Scotland, Scottish landscapes in autumn are the most incredible thing to witness. And last autumn, I had so many ideas in my head where I'm going to travel, a lot of solo trips and friends trips and trips with my partner. And I barely got to do any of them because I was working, and when you're in a full-time position, the idea of traveling on weekends sounds like a good idea, but then you work Monday to Friday and you get to Friday and you're exhausted and you need to clean your house and you need to go grocery shopping, you need to cook some meals. There's so much to do and you don't really have any time to rest, and that was my biggest issue with 9 to 5 because like, when do you actually do stuff for yourself? When do you like live your life for you? You don't have time because you have, I guess, one day to relax, like Saturday, and then Sunday you're like cleaning, cooking, getting ready for next week, and there's barely any time to do stuff and live your life. So I did have a lot of plans for last autumn and I did a few things. I went to York, I went to Cambridge. That was beautiful. I've shot some things around Edinburgh, obviously, because I live here, it's much easier. I went to Paris, which was beautiful. I went by myself. It was my first solo trip abroad. It was so stunning. So I've done some things, but I didn't do as much as I wanted to do with the whole foliage thing being in the most beautiful season of the year. And so that's one thing I really want to do more of this autumn, and I really need to like sit down and actually plan the dates where I'm going to do this, because I'm not really locked to just weekends anymore. Like, I can go on a trip on a Monday and come back on a Thursday. That's great, I love that. And I don't have a ton of time, to be honest, because I already have some collaborations and some people shoots that I'm doing in October, November, which is amazing because portraits in autumn, like October, November, my favorite thing to do, so that's great. And it means that I can pay rent for those months, which is amazing. But I really want to, even if it's just like a 2-day trip somewhere, 2-day, 3-day trip by myself or with someone, that's okay. A solo trip or trip with friends, whatever. I need to actually put those days in the calendar, block them off and be like, I'm going to the Highlands, or I'm going to Isle of Skye, or I'm going to this beautiful beach to shoot, or just to like hang out. Sorry, my throat is horrible. So yeah, so traveling around Scotland, I'm gonna say Scotland for now. I don't want to plan a bunch of abroad trips when I don't really know like what my budget is going to look like or what my financial situation is going to be like. I don't want to spend all of my savings and then just sit there waiting for some money to just fall from the sky. That's not gonna happen. I need to be a bit more clever about that now. So, but that's super fine because Scotland is so gorgeous to travel in, and there's so many places I still haven't been. For example, I've still never been to the Glenfinnan Viaduct. I think that's what it's called, Glenfinnan Viaduct. I've been like on the train that went through it, and that was stunning. One of the best trips of my life. But I really want to be like on the grass watching the train go, and like with that little steam train with the steam coming out. I want that shot. And there's a lot of castles that I still haven't seen, like some stunning places. I have so many wish lists on my phone and on Instagram and on Pinterest about places in Scotland to go, and I want to go. I'm going to go and I need to make that happen. So I'm excited for traveling and just being in my car a little bit more and just making the use of living in this amazing country, because when you live in a country, you get consumed by work and just your everyday life, you sometimes forget how beautiful it is and you forget to explore. So I want to remind myself about this stunning country that I live in and see more of it. And if I ever have to leave the country and if I have to move somewhere else, I want to make sure that I made the most of it while I still lived here, because it'd be such a shame to move somewhere and feel like I'm regretting not seeing some places. So travel, I'm really excited about that, and I need to make some more concrete plans about it, because once I block off the days, I know I will go. So stay tuned for that. Second thing I'm excited for this autumn and being self-employed is making some cozy content. Like I said, autumn is the time when I feel the most inspired, and like I just feel like my creativity comes back, and like my excitement for creating things comes back. And again, I have had so many like inspiration boards and mood boards and just ideas of things to shoot in autumn, whether it's like a styled shoot or a nature shot, that I feel so inspired in the moment, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to like pack my bags and go there and shoot this thing, and it's going to be amazing. And I add these ideas to like a folder somewhere and I never look at them again. So I really need to go through my folders and find all of my like previous inspirations. And oh my god, someone just keeps smoking weed downstairs and I can smell it so much because my window's open, and I'm just don't love that smell, you know? I don't enjoy it. Anyway, that's just me saying I don't smoke weed. Just making it super clear. So yeah, excited to actually do something with my inspiration folders and all the cozy content that I love so much. I love consuming it, but I also love creating it. And I guess I am known for cozy content, and like I really want to kind of be more established in that whole aesthetic, because I just love it. I feel like it's me. I actually recently went to TK Maxx to find some autumnal bits.
Get ready with me, GRWM.
Get ready with me, and I'm talking, look, I
610.
Okay, no, I can make this work. I'm not too far. This next part I've seen people do like on TikTok, and I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work for me, because me and eyeliner, like no matter what kind of eyeliner it is, it just doesn't really work. I'm nervous. This thing is really pigmented, by the way. It's by Victoria Beckham. I think I got this from Matthew's aunt for last Christmas, and I really want to use it because it is an amazing product, but I just want like a little bit of like a little bit of a smoky eye. This is giving 2012. I would literally do my eyes like this and go to school. Well, I would do mascara as well, but it's actually got like a little sponge on the other end. I think that's supposed to like smudge it, so I'm gonna try and do it with this. If it doesn't work, I'll do it with my finger. Maybe I've put too much on. Oh my god. I honestly have no idea what I'm going for here. God, I'm just so not good at makeup. I don't know how I've never learned to do makeup properly, but like, you know, the like 2016, 2017 time when everyone was doing amazing like crease lines and like amazing eyeliners and eyeshadow. I don't know where I was in that time, because I was not doing that, or even if I was trying to, it wasn't coming out good. So I actually really admire people who can do makeup well, because I also have really hooded eyes, so I think that was part of why I never bothered to learn, because I knew that like most techniques wouldn't really work on me. This might look strange, but I actually don't hate it. Like when I put mascara on, I think it's gonna be okay. So yeah, we were at point of travel, and I think I was talking about how I want to do cozy content and I want my space to be cozy as well. So I'm gonna try and work on that. I need to be careful with buying decorations though, because I don't have a lot of storage space in my house, and I also have quite a few decorations from last year, so I should be okay. I just want to get a few bits. Oh yeah, I was talking about going to TK Maxx. They do have some Halloween bits out already, but didn't find anything too great. I don't know. I didn't actually buy anything for the first time in my life. I went to TK Maxx and I didn't buy anything. Really want to go to Anthropologie though, because they always have the most amazing Halloween and like awesome things. So I might pop in next week and see what's going on in there. Number 3 of things I really want to kind of focus on and do more is just connecting with people, because for the past 2 years I've been either working from home or working in an empty office with no people. So for the past 2 years I've actually not been interacting with that many people, especially when I was in my full-time role. Like I would spend weeks and weeks and weeks here in this office and not really see a lot of people, because working from home can be so isolating and so lonely sometimes. And I really do feel for people who are doing their full-time jobs from home, because I was really excited for it and I really wanted to do it, but once I started doing it, I don't know, it just feels like you're always at home, like especially in winter when it's horrible outside, when it's like really, really cold and you don't feel like going anywhere. Sometimes I want to leave my house for like 4 days and like it just feels horrible, honestly. I felt so, I don't know, I just felt like really stuck here. So I really want to see my friends more, but also make more connections with content as well. Like I would love to find some people to make content with, so I'm not always by myself. It's really hard to shoot sometimes when you're alone. And people who do content, like you will relate to this, because especially when I have a campaign of like clothes or like accessories or bags and stuff like that, obviously I can use my tripod, and that's okay, but having someone there to just give you a little bit of help honestly makes all the difference. And I do have some great friends that are amazing at content, and like I help them out sometimes and they help me out sometimes, which is a lovely way of doing things, because it doesn't feel like they're like using you or you're using them. It's kind of just like a mutual agreement that we're just gonna do content today, and like I'll help you with your bits and you can help me with my bits, and it's nice. But I also want to spend time with my friends just overall, because I have some people in my life that I'm like, I would love to see them more often, and obviously they still have jobs, so I won't be able to see them every day, but I just want to see my friends more often, and spend more time with them, because I mean, who doesn't love hanging out with their friends? One of my friends is currently pregnant, and I'm so excited to like see her journey of just like going through pregnancy. We're gonna do a little maternal photo shoot for her in November, I think. And I really want to be there for her, because I know that being pregnant and having a baby, you need a lot of support going through that. And I really want to be that person that's kind of there to support, because why not, you know? I love helping. I love, like, for me, friendships are there to obviously like have a good time and go to like a bar and a restaurant and a movie together, but like I want people to be able to lean on me if they need help. Like if you're my friend and if you ever like need any help with anything, like I want to be there to help you, because I can, and like I love helping people. Okay, as I'm putting mascara on, this actually doesn't look too bad. I feel like it kind of hides the imperfections of the smudge, so we're fine, we're good. So yeah, I look forward to nurturing my connections and friendships a little bit better, and maybe even joining some co-working spaces, because I saw there's a few events in Edinburgh that happen weekly. They're designed for freelancers to kind of go in and connect with other people and other kind of business owners and entrepreneurs, because it can be a very lonely experience, and I think that's lovely that some people actually put together some events. So I might see if I can join some of them. That would be really nice. Number 4 would be looking after my mental health and my routines a little bit better, because I spoke about this a little bit earlier. Having a 9-to-5, like a full-time job, leaves very little space for looking after yourself well and creating routines that do not revolve around your working hours. And honestly, like I found it really difficult to do things, because like some places are open Monday to Friday 9 to 5, like post office or a bank, and if that's the hours that you work every week, like how are you supposed to do things during those hours? Like, do you take a holiday every time you need to go to the bank or the post office? It's just so like the whole system's so not designed to have a good like life balance, and yeah, I just found it really difficult before to do things. So I really want to actually create some routines that are like on my own timeline and on my own schedule, and like I get the amount of hours of sleep that I need, and I get up feeling rested and not getting up at like 7 a.m. because I have to. It's because, like, you know, if I do feel like getting up at 7, that's fine, but if I don't feel rested, I can sleep for 1 more hour and do my work then, you know. I think that's really important for your mental health and for your own kind of feeling in control of your day and your timeline. I understand that sometimes that might look like 9 to 7 or 9 to 9, you know, there will be days like that, but you can pick and choose what you want to do with your hours and how much you actually want to work, which kind of goes into my 5th point, which was I really want to go back to the gym and rethink the way I eat and plan my meals a little bit better, because when I'm at the office, or when I used to be at the office, I would just grab an iced coffee and a sandwich every single day, and that would be my breakfast or my lunch, and it's a horrible way to eat. And yeah, starting day with the coffee, it's not a good idea. I know we all do it sometimes, but I want to do it less, and I want to prep some beautiful granola breakfasts and make a little yogurt with berries, and I want to, you know, have a nice like slow morning to my day with a good meal and exercise more. And exercising, again, when it comes to 9 to 5, going to the gym is so hard unless you want to get up at like 5 a.m, which my boyfriend does, but I'm not willing to do. Like, when are you meant to go to the gym? Because before work you won't have time, or you'll have to get up super early, which means you have to go to bed super early as well, and then you won't have time to do anything after work. So I never found time to go to the gym before work, and then after work it's super busy. Like, you don't want to go at 6 o'clock because that's when it's the most busy, and I hate a busy gym. Like, that's my least favorite thing in the world. It's smelly, you have to wait for equipment, it's just horrible. I hate it. So I really want to find a time when it's like the most quiet at the gym, which I think is around like 9-10 a.m. It's when everyone goes to the office. I think it's pretty quiet then. Obviously super early mornings are quiet, but I'm not willing to go to the gym at 5 a.m. I'm sorry, I'm just not that person. I'm not gonna be doing that. Maybe sometimes when I can't sleep, probably not very often. Me and the gym, complicated relationship. I either absolutely love and like throw myself into it and buy all the outfits and like hyper fixate on routines and different exercises, and that's great. I wish I could maintain that, but after that there's usually a big dip because I feel like, I don't know, either overworked or my inspiration goes somewhere, or maybe I don't see any results and I'm like, why am I spending all this time in the gym when I'm not really seeing any results? And that's not why I go to the gym anyway. I don't really go there to be super fit and super muscly or super slim. I need to remind myself why I go to the gym. It's because I actually feel great after working out, and there's some exercises that I really love doing, and it just leaves me feeling really, I don't know, it's just that feeling about doing something good for your body. You do need to move, you do need to lift weights in some form. Like, it's really good for your bones, it's good for your muscles, it's good for your heart, it's good for you. Like, it's part of your healthy life, and I know that. It's just, I always take a break at the gym for 3 months for summer because I just never go, because I feel like if it's nice outside, which sometimes is, not often in Scotland, but I just don't want to be in a smelly gym when it's beautiful outside and I can just sit on a bench or on the grass and read my book. And I always choose that over the gym. In summer, I don't know, I'm just not very active. I don't feel super energized. I don't really want to do that. So, and I normally just end up paying for the subscription just in case I want to go, and then I never do. So this summer I actually paused my gym, knowing that I probably will not go for 3 months, and yeah, I would have not gone even if I paid for the subscription. So I'm glad I did that. But now that it's autumn and it's gonna be more cold and rainy days, I actually like spending time in the gym when it's horrible outside, because I feel like, I mean, I could sit on the sofa and scroll on TikTok, or I can walk on a treadmill and scroll on TikTok, you know, like there's a slight difference. And actually when I'm at the gym, when I'm on the treadmill, or if I'm doing something like lifting weights, I for some reason feel really inspired as well. Like, I get a lot of good ideas on the treadmill. I feel like it's that like boring repetitive motion that kind of slows you down, and like it makes your brain work better. I don't know, I think it kind of like calms you down and then like the inspiration comes out. I don't know how it works. It works for a lot of people. Like you either go on a walk outside or like you walk on a treadmill and like you get a lot of good ideas in that way. So I really missed that aspect. I just realized I haven't done my bottom lashes for some reason. So yeah, I'm excited to hopefully start eating better again and joining the gym and seeing how it goes. Again, I'm not saying I'm going to be eating super good every single day or exercising like 4 days a week. Like that would be the dream, but not every week is the same, and I just don't want to set the expectations that I know aren't really realistic. So I'm going to sign up again and I'm going to research some good recipes that make me feel like fueled and happy, and like when I eat healthy I actually feel so much better about myself. Not about the fact that I'm like losing weight or like eating less calories. It's just I feel like my body is clean. I feel like I'm like better from the inside. And yeah, I think that's a pretty universal thing, but I need to do that more. Like I need to pay attention to it and actually do it. And the last thing on my list, because I really need to go now, is I'm excited to just like look after my space. I spoke a little bit about getting my office nice, but I know it sounds really silly, but I'm excited to like clean more. Like I'll have more time to get things done, and like I feel so much better at home when it's clean. I think again that's a pretty standard thing for everyone, but when you're working all the time you don't have time to clean, and you don't want to spend your both days off. If you have 2 days off, you don't want to spend 2 days off just cleaning and then starting a new week without having time to rest. So I'll have more time for that hopefully, and I want to get the space nice. I want to keep it clean. I want to feel relaxed at home and not stressed out by the clutter and the mess and stuff like that. So maybe a bit of a silly one, but I'm excited to like just look after my space, look after the house, and yeah, like cook more, clean more, and feel good at home, because I'll be spending a lot more time at home. So yeah, that's my little list of things I'm excited about going into autumn, going into self-employment, and hopefully it will go well. Again, I would love to promise that I'll be doing lots of YouTube videos, but I cannot say that again because I just don't know. I would love to. I would love to create myself a little space where I can just chat. It's just a little visual diary of me going through things in life. So yeah, I need to run now. We're going for dinner somewhere. I don't know where we're going. We do need to leave soon, so I'm gonna leave with that. Let me know if you have any advice for my self-employment or things that maybe I'm not doing but should be doing. There's a lot of things that I still need to figure out, but I'm really excited. I'm super happy I'm doing it, and stay tuned for what's coming this autumn.
Sorry? It's like a sauce.
Which one?
Okay, I'm recording now.
I feel like that wasn't the most beautiful way to eat it.